Hello and welcome to today's devotion for Tuesday, the 8th of December. Now, I was quite surprised today when I looked up the readings in the Methodist Prayer Handbook to see that today we have a reading from that beautiful Old Testament book, Song of Solomon, or Song of Songs, which is a collection of poems or songs in which a man and a woman tell about their love for each other. When I looked a bit closer at the list of readings, there was an explanation as to why this reading crops up in the midst of a series of readings from the letters to the Thessalonians. And it's because today is the day when we celebrate the conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Now, I don't feel particularly well qualified to speak on the subject of today's celebration when I had to look it up on Wikipedia to find out what it meant, what it was all about. Basically, for those of us who are as unlearned as I am, it's the day when we celebrate, literally, the conception of Mary, the mother of Jesus, whose birthday then must have been around September time, 9 months hence. Really obvious when you know. Well, really obvious now, I know. So, back to the reading from Song of Songs, and these are the verses which come from chapter 2, verses 1 to 4. She speaks. I am merely a rose from the land of Sharon, a lily from the valley. He speaks. My darling, when compared with other young women, you are a lily among thorns. She speaks. And you, my love, are an apple tree among trees of the forest. Your shade brought me pleasure. Your fruit was sweet. You led me to your banquet room and showered me with love. In other versions, that last verse reads, your banner over me is love. The psalm for today, which goes with that reading, is Psalm 45, which is entitled For a Royal Wedding. My study Bible describes this psalm as a song in praise of the King on his wedding day, and suggests that it was probably used at more than one royal wedding. And it goes on to say that after the exile, when the people of Israel were taken off into Babylon, after that this psalm was used to refer to the Messiah, the promised son of David, who would sit on David's throne. Reading this psalm in the context of it being a wedding song and following on from the reading in Song of Songs, it felt like a psalm that I hadn't read before. A psalm filled with vivid and sumptuous descriptions of the King on his wedding day and of his bride. Of the King in verses 8 to 9, it says, the sweet aroma of the spices myrrh, aloe and cassia covers your royal robes. You enjoy the music of harps in palaces decorated with ivory. Daughters of kings are here, and your bride stands at your right side wearing a wedding gown trimmed with pure gold. And just hold that scene for a moment, all the joy and the splendour of a royal wedding. And then remember my note from the study Bible about this psalm being used to refer to the Messiah. And what jumped out at me was the contrast between this splendid scene and then the so completely humble surroundings of the borrowed stable in which Jesus Christ, the Messiah, was born, completely in keeping with the servant ministry that he was to undertake. This psalm gives us just a glimpse of the glory that Jesus willingly gave up in order to come to us as one of us, so that we might know just how much we are loved. In the words of Charles Wesley, our God contracted to a span, incomprehensibly made man. What love! Perhaps dwell on that love today and have a think about who you might share it with. So be blessed and be a blessing, and have a good day.